Hello and welcome back to another episode of Technical Tales Galactic Science. One of my hard drives broke. My data drive just went meh, 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 and never came back. So the upshot of this is that I have lost about half an episode's worth of recording because I was recording to the data drive. Now I do have an online backup service called Carbonite, which has backed up all my important documents, but obviously it's not set to back up stuff like episode recordings or my video archive and stuff, because that's just far too large. So the two main things I've lost is one, the episode I was in the middle of recording, and two, my YouTube backup folder. Basically, I had a folder that was full of copies of all of my YouTube videos. Far too large to actually add to my online backup service. Not that there's a limit to my online backup service, which is Carbonite, by the way. It's unlimited backup. But my internet is just far too slow to be uploading that amount of data. So I just have to hope that nothing ever happens to my YouTube channel, because if anything ever happens to my YouTube channel, those videos are gone forever. Which would suck. You know, I mean, there's a good couple of years of work there. I know it doesn't amount to much, but to have it vanish into the ether would suck even more. But these things happen, so my computer is currently downloading my backed up data to another hard drive I had. The internet speed where I now live is so slow it's going to take about 100 days. Yep, I've got to leave my computer on continuously for 100 days while everything comes back. Yeah. And during those 100 days, it's not going to be backing up any new data. So, I don't like redoing stuff, so I'm just going to quickly bring you up to speed as to what happened. The main thing that happened... I always press that too often. The main thing that happened is I tried using these spawners, and they're bugged. They do not work. Just, nope, nothing. Zip. Nada. Apparently that's why no monsters were appearing when I was actually in the dungeon. They just do not work. I can still use the broken spawners to make myself that powered Enderman spawner when I need it. But if I'm going to get my skeleton heads that I need, I've got to do it some other way. So Methuselah pointed me at Cursed Earth, which is just a crafting recipe. Cursed Earth. There you go, Cursed Earth. It needs a nether star. I made myself a nether star using chemical synthesis machines. I made the helium by combining hydrogen. I made the copernicium by combining elements to add up to 112 and so on. And that made me the nether star I need. And then I made Cursed Earth. So the thing with Cursed Earth is it will spread like grass if it's in darkness. If it's exposed to sunlight, it will catch on fire and be destroyed. So you have to make sure you do not put it somewhere where it will ever get direct sunlight on it. And mobs will spawn on it like crazy if it's in the dark. Even if you are within the usual range. Normally you've got to be more than 42 blocks away. That's why I had built that tower on top of the base. You know, I had the mob thing way up there because they had to be a certain distance away from me. Cursed Earth, they will spawn even if they're right next to you. Luckily, if you put light on it, artificial light, then it will stop the spawning. So I can turn it on and off. So in here I have my spawning thing. I don't think I've shown you this. It's very hard for me to remember what was in the stuff I'd lost. This is the shield generator which was in the garage. It's not needed in the garage anymore because my buggy despawned. If you remember, I left the buggy on the charging platform. Apparently that was a mistake because when I went back, it was gone. So I've got this thing, and it's set to do to be solid to hostile mobs and to damage them as if it was done by a player. That takes more energy, but it means that I will get rare drops and experience points. And to everything else, it's just solid. This is dark fused quartz, so that blocks light. If I go in there, you can see if I'll position it over the shield generator, where it says BL, that's the current block light of where I'm standing. That's 13. If I go in here, you can see that it should be a lot lower. Oh, okay. This roof is open at the moment because I'm in the middle of rebuilding this for my needs. Rest assured, that stuff does block light. So the mobs are going to spawn over there, be blown and fall down into this chamber where this floor will kill them. These vacuum chests will suck all the items up. It may even suck up the experience points. I'm not sure about that. Oh, suction strength. You can... Oh no, 6 is the highest, which is why I've got 1 on each side. Dark fused quartz blocks light. It's also blast resistant, and that's obsidian. So if an enderman does explode in there, it should be okay, and the force shield should protect the shield projector as well. So if I show you what I'm doing upstairs. Yeah, so I'm in the process of raising the roof here. I'm making this spawning platform here. Has to be dirt because the cursed earth will spread onto it. I'm going to place the cursed earth I've got in the center. The walls are going to be 3 high, and then there's going to be a ceiling. I wanted to be able to see in, so I'm going to try and make it all out of dark fused quartz, which does completely block light, so it won't be a problem for the cursed earth. And I'm going to have floodlights at the top, which can shine in to turn it off if I need to. There's going to be a row of fans here, and I've realised that I might need to put blocks above the fans. You know, so mobs don't just stand on top of the fans. And I'm hoping those things have the range I need. Did I actually pick up the fans? No. I've got to test whether or not a fan can actually blow a mob this distance. It might not be able to, which means I'll have to make this spawning platform smaller. At the moment, it's 9 by 9. So, I'm going to get on and do that. And then hopefully we can start mob spawning, which will get us the skeleton head, which will allow us to make the slice and splice, or whatever it was I needed the skeleton head for. I can't even remember anymore. And then we can get on with the trans-dimensional receivers, which I think is the aim of all this. Alright, I think I'm done. Oh, that was... entirely the wrong keys. Get your fingers on WASD properly. So I've put a roof on this thing. We have lights we can turn on or off. We have a lever that can turn the fans on and off. Just a bit of redstone at the back. And I think we're ready to put it in. So this is all dark fused quartz. So if I go in here and bring this up, this time we're looking at the skylight. That's how much light there is coming from the sky. It's showing quite a bit there. Let's put this doorway in. There we go. Skylight 0. All this light is coming from those floodlights. So I should be able to turn it off. Theoretically. Now it says that the cursed earth burns on direct sunlight. So I don't think this will count as direct sunlight. So yeah, so I did have to narrow the spawning platform. It's still 9 wide, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 7 across. That's the distance these things can push. And everything should go falling down there. I've wired up the vacuum pumps, the vacuum chests, and I've moved all the mob drop chests to there. And I put a copper chest at the end, so anything that doesn't have a place in a barrel should end up in the copper chest. And I can add a few more barrels, and if necessary I can snake the relocator pipes, so the chest is the last thing it finds. So let's put this in and then leave. This shouldn't burn. Okay. Now, we want to turn off the lights because that stuff will only spread in the dark. And that is dark. I think we can all agree that that is dark. So, the cursed earth should spread, and we should start to get mob spawns. I mean, it's daylight now. Now, okay, there are probably mobs spawning in caves underground, but still. Oh, there we go. We've got a creeper already. So let's turn on the fan and watch what happens to him. He gets blown off. He starts taking damage. I've got to move gunpowder or make a gunpowder chest. There. That got sucked straight up. It's not sucking up the experience orbs. I don't know if I need to suck up the experience orbs, but could someone tell me, is there a way I could suck up experience orbs? Because it would be nice to have a reservoir of experience points. Because I think some of the stuff I want to do in Ender.io requires experience to do it. There we go. So we've got 2 bits of cursed earth already, and you've already seen that spawn rate's pretty damn good. So I'll leave the fans on, I'll leave the lights off. Let's head on down there. I think this is going to be it for this episode. So this is going to be a super short episode. Mainly because I can't really go on until I get the skeleton head. And the skeleton head might take a little while. That stuff did not end up in the chests. It's not in there. It's not in there. Where are the items? Let's watch this carefully. So there's definitely items dropping. Oh, hang on. Is my magnet working through the... Okay, there we go. I've turned my magnet off. What's good is because there isn't any atmosphere in this room, it's not really making much light. Why are you not ending up in that chest? Oh! They're bouncing back and forth between each other. Because I didn't put blocked extraction on. Okay. I need 2 blocked extractors. So I need iron fences to change the 2 I've got. Shift right click. Without the magnet, I don't know where that went. Oh, it got sucked in. And now it's flowing back and forth. Of course. Shift right click. Okay, so now the extraction modules are gone on both of them. Stuff should stay inside. Alright, so get my extraction modules. Put the iron bars round. This makes them one-way modules, so they'll extract, but they won't accept items in anymore. So let's start with this one. And that's going to just spit everything out to this one here. There we go. Everything should start flowing this way now. And it works. I'm getting redstone. Right, so things like this will end up in the chest, and that's fine. I need to add a barrel for anything else that's going to come in bulk. Do I have any spare barrels? Better barrels. They don't need to be sorting barrels, because I've given up on the sorting barrels. I don't know if I've mentioned this. Basically, I'm just running the pipes round. Running the relocator pipes round all the barrels, and that means the sorting gets done. Okay, so I need to put this down and lock it. Put this one down and lock it. Put this one down and lock it. Right. Redstone. That can definitely have a barrel of its own. Gunpowder is going to need a barrel of its own, I think. Look at all those experience orbs. I need a way to suck those up. because otherwise they're going to cause lag. Let's try a quick Google search. Okay, it seems that rather than a vacuum chest, a vacuum hopper will suck up those blocks. So Eye of Ender, easy enough. Obsidian, easy. Hopper, easy. Let's make a couple of these. Right, so let's replace these. I am just going to turn off the spawning for a bit because that is very, very productive. I'm very pleased with that. It's probably more than I would get with the spawners, to be honest with you. And the spawners would only have worked if I was within a certain range. That's spreading quite nicely. Oh, where did that go? Okay, it's right there. So, vacuum hopper. Oh, the vacuum hopper doesn't connect to relocator pipes? Okay. XP outputs, item outputs. Okay, maybe I need to configure this somehow. Let me see your underside. Okay. What if I put something there to act as a buffer? Right. Break that. Move it up. Put a chest there. Okay, that works. Now, how big of a reach does it have? Those ender pearls should end up in here. 2 creeper heads already. Excellent. Thank you, ender pearls. Ah, just fell out. So, what is the range on this? I may as well pick up all this XP. The range on these vacuum hoppers is not very good. This thing only has a range of 3. That's an issue. Tell you what, one of the things I can do with this force field, entities that could pass, items, add, move this up. Why are you bouncing? Why are they bouncing? Let's move this up all the way. I expected them to be able to fall through. Not go bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. That is very strange. Okay, I want to do a test. I'm going to put a hopper underneath where those things are. Right, so there's one directly there. Put a vacuum hopper. It's drawing them towards it. The range of a vacuum hopper is 3 by 3. So now what happens if I tell it that items can pass through? Oh, that should work. That so should work. You can see it's trying to work, but they're not quite getting through. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the vacuum chests. Why do I only have 1 vacuum chest? Probably because one of them got picked up and deposited here? No. I'm missing a vacuum chest. Right, I think my best bet is to keep the vacuum chests on either side and then put some of the vacuum hoppers around the edges. Those vacuum chests will make sure that I get Sorry, the mouse keeps going all over the place today. These vacuum chests will make sure that I get all the items. The vacuum hoppers around the edges will get most of the experience points. And then I'll have it all piped together. So the items all... So, if the vacuum hoppers pick up items, they'll still go to the center. And then the experience points will get siphoned off into a drum. So I think I'll do that, and I'll see you in the next episode. If you have any suggestions for improving the collection of XP and items, because I can't quite work out how to get it. I mean, maybe I made this area too big. I mean, I made it this big because I was expecting to actually spawn mobs actually in there, but now I'm sort of spawning them off to the sides on little platforms and blowing them in. I wonder if XP orbs react to being blown. Maybe I could have some fans blowing the XP orbs towards a row of stuff there. That, or I just shrink this whole thing down. But that means making the spawning platform smaller, so I don't want to do that. Well, I'll see you next time. I'll have some form of working spawner working by then. Some form of working spawner working. You know what I mean. Bye-bye.